Hey, welcome to match 2. This hand is playable, if not great. I tend to not like 2-land hands with this deck, but it does have the critical components of a whole bunch of cheap cards to go with its only 2 lands. Including Removal and Lingering Souls, and the Collective Brutality is nice and flexible. Like, for example, Burn. This is a perfect hand against Burn. They play a thing, I Collective Brutality it, and escalate it a couple times. Oh, Affinity. This hand is neither great nor awful against Affinity. Really depends on how their draw shapes up. If they're leaning hard on an Overseer, I can punish that pretty hard. But I don't have the Wraths or the mana for the Wraths that I typically want when I seek Affinity. So ideal for me is him going Overseer into Overseer, because then I can Fatal Push one and Brutality the other. Interesting. Glintless Crane? You know, now that I think about it, in response to the Mox Opal, I really should have Fatal Pushed his Ink Moth. Oh well. I guess I'll Thoughtseize. I really do need land, though. But his clock is kind of shitty. Alright, he's got a Galv Blast and Mountain. So he's doing... That is so stupid. Why? Don't do this. Alright, if you're an Affinity player, don't just fire off your Galvanic Blast for no reason. It's not a good play. Like, you know you're going to have mana available. You know you're not about to lose Metalcraft. What possible incentive? Like, now I can just play Gideon of the Trials and plus, and you'll be like, oh, well, shit. Yeah, see, now I play Gideon of the Trials. I plus on the Inkmoth Nexus, and then you are dealing less damage, and you could just Galvanic Blast the Gideon. But now it's going to live, and you have to spend multiple turns killing it, which buys me time to find answers to your Welding Jar and Etch Champion. Both my 2 Wrath of Gods and my Damnation get through Welding Jar, for the record. Alright, so you top decked another Galvanic Blast? Sure. Alright, so now all I need is a land. And then the Etch Champion dies. So if he draws, if I draw like any untapped land and he just draws a creature instead of a Cranial Plating, he's in pretty bad shape. Well, you know me. No such thing as too greedy. Would much rather delay one more turn to get a few more Gideons into play. See if I can get him to... Plus on the Blink Moth. I'm going to make a knight with the Gideons, so I might as well get in with the ally token. Oh, so he's got another blast. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't work like that, dude. It says right there they can't be regenerated. Bye-bye. Ornithopter? Sure. Interesting, he doesn't pump with the Blink Moth. That's strange. I should really have attacked with the Knight. Bunch of Lingering Souls, and now he can't attack through anything, and I got a bunch of Gideons, and some Fatal Pushes and Brutalities, and next turn I can animate both of my things and just attack for a billion damage. Looks good. Time to end this game. I think this is actually more useful as an emblem than as the Planeswalker itself. Sorry, a friend of mine just got back from China after being there for a month and a half or something, and I was replying to a few of his messages. Oh, dun dun dun. Dun, dun. Alrighty. That was an easy enough victory. Let's see. Not those, not those. Less the brutalities, fragmentizes, and stony silences, and down at Gideon of the trials, and run it like that. Looks good. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, well, I gotta fragmentize. If I draw a land, then I have... If I draw a swamp, I have a fatal push. Got a Day of Judgment and some planeswalkers. Yeah, I just need to draw a couple nondescript lands, and I'm good. Preferably a swamp, but, you know. Yeah. Do I care about ramping him with Path? Not really. I think I'm going to Path and save the Fragmentize for a potential Gear per Aether Grid or Cranial Plating. Shiny. Alright, just need one more land and then I can Wrath away the board. And then things are going well. Would really like a swamp so I can Fatal Push the Blink Moth. Actually gonna play Gideon of the Trials and start plussing on the Arcbound Ravager. If he wants to kill it this turn, he has to move the counters over, and if he doesn't kill it, then I'm preventing a bunch of damage. And really, I just need to stay alive, so I don't even care too much if the Gideon of the Trials dies. Alright, see if I can draw a land. Moving everything over the Inkmoth Nexus? Alright, alright. Fair enough. No, I'm not actually looking for specifically land, I just want a Fatal Push. Or a swamp. Which I suppose makes it harder. Well, that's a swamp. Sandbagging the Inkmoth Nexus? That's fine. Two can play at the sandbagging game. I am in trouble to cranial plating. It's true. So I make a Knight ally, and now he's incentivized to use the Inkmoth, and then I can Fatal Push it. Really like Field of Ruin. Could definitely go for a Field of Ruin. Can't say I really understand the Memnite attack. I really don't. Anyways. There's this whole thing where Knight allies don't fly. But I guess he just wants to spew value. Well, it does leave me somewhat shields down. I think I'd rather start bashing with the Shambling Event. I believe I'm not in lethal range to a cranial plating. Man. See, this is one of the reasons I don't like Dispatch, because you can get friggin' wrecked like this. Yeah, there's a reason I never put Dispatch in any of my lists ever. Mostly because I think the card is just bad. So I'm just gonna Day of Judgment here, because now he's a million miles from doing anything. And I have a bunch of I have more wraths and more fragmentizes and what have you. I'm not sure I can lose at this point. He's at 8. I'll kill anything he plays with Fragmentize. Yep. Alright, that was easy enough.